cable, the other one's the board.
I'm going to turn the
One's the what cable?
One's connecting to the board so they can hear us clearly.
Live.
Okay. The other one just charges it.
Live.
Yeah.
Only 29% battery on that thing, right?
It'll last the hour.
Hooray.
It'll last the hour.
Every
Trust.
time?
Yeah.
So, hello.
Like, I don't care, but, you know.
Everybody
Well,
else
the
does.
YouTube. I put this on YouTube. So, hello, Facebook Live people. Welcome to another behind-the-scenes recording of our show. Today is the 16th
Oh, yes, please.
of October. I am here with our senior correspondent, Charlie Saladino,
Put on.
who's doing stuff. I don't know what Charlie's doing. Say hi, Charlie.
What?
Say
Say
hi,
hi.
Charlie.
Hi.
There you
There
go.
you go.
We have our very own Pronto Comics, Dominica, Definition Man Sperano, over there.
Hello.
We have Zambo, the engineer from GHR.
Hello.
And we have
Sean, our guest co-host.
guest co-host Sean. Say hi, Sean.
Hi.
The camera's over there.
Hi.
Hi. There you go.
So rule number one.
Just try and stay
All
in
right,
front of
so
it as best you can.
Move.
You're
You can
good,
move
trust
this
me.
side to side if you want.
Yeah. Feel free to get it comfortable. I just had to move it closer. All right.
And
Grab it here,
Okay.
and then
Please.
slide
Please,
it,
please.
slide it,
There you
slide
go.
it, slide it.
Slide
There
to
you
the
go.
left.
Is that better?
Yep.
Slide
All right. Rule
to the
number
right.
1: speak into the mic. No matter if you want to talk over here, always speak into the mic.
Go on an angle
Right.
if you have to.
Rule
All
number
right.
2, don't be a low talker like this guy.
Don't bang the table, and no cursing.
Rule number 3.
Don't you fucking curse.
Don't be a
Get
Swayze.
the frig out of here, no cursing. What the hell?
Fucking curse.
front
We'll
door.
fucking kick your ass. No.
All right. So
Don't worry, it's the live show. It's not the actual recording.
I wonder if
That's why he's
YouTube-
doing it.
I wonder if
Yeah,
YouTube
we're
gets
not
mad
recording
at,
yet. What's
Does
that?
YouTube get mad at cursing?
Only
No.
after the first minute and a half.
Okay. Wait.
No, it doesn't.
They care about with the algorithm. The first minute and a half they do. After that, they're like, yeah, whatever.
All right. So
Really?
Seriously, if you listen to people and watch videos, you'll notice that they don't curse, and then the moment like 1 minute 30 hits, they can go wild.
All right. So that's.
Swear.
you
That's
gotta-
also fucking stupid.
You gotta
Trust
file,
me,
you gotta file
I
that
know.
away for later, Mr. Cursey McGee, because we're gonna be putting this on YouTube.
Honestly,
We're going to
with
start
the,
doing live YouTube as well.
Oh,
No, it's-
with-
I
with-
record it and then I put it
with
on.
the length of your intro, you
Oh.
kind of cut out a lot of it already. So it's just like 40
Yay.
seconds or so that
Oh.
you have to just worry about.
I was missing my claps.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Wait, here. I wanted to make sure it was working, so I just had to quadruple
Alright,
check
so
all the things.
this is why it's all behind the scenes.
This is the most important piece of merchandise right there.
Moich. Oh no. Exactly. Oh no.
All right. So
All right,
before we
let's
start,
get
we're
you a
going to do
mic.
our house cleaning. Actually, it was very interesting. Our guest should be in the studio, but he's not here yet. But he's not
Lame.
sure if he's going to be here yet, and he might call in. So this is going to be like the old days. We just don't know, but he is supposed to be here. So yeah, house cleaning. So today, the 16th of October, we're going to have our live show, 25th live show, at the Source Mall in Long Island. It's going to be on the second floor, and we're going to have Christy Mayer
Alright.
from Custom Cakes Christie. Custom Cakes by
What was that? You made a mistake, Mark.
Custom Cakes by Christie. We're going to be giving away a cake pop basket, and because we had such a nice guest last week, he's going to give us 2 free passes to the Suffolk Comic and Art Expo.
Not one, 2.
Oh,
And
bring your friend. Bring
our
your
guest
girlfriend,
who's on
bring your
today
wife.
is going to give us passes to give away for the Long Island Comic Expo.
Hey.
So we have tons of stuff to give away. So show up. Make sure you guys come down there. And I think that's it for the house cleaning. Oh, also want to mention Carol and Paula, the ladies from the Magic
yeah.
Garden. They have their house concerts, and they are doing a performance in Woodstock. So if you guys are interested in
Yep.
that, it's Carol and Paula, Carol with an E, and Paula.com.
that could
Alright,
be
is
more
it gonna
perfect for
be-
a show from that
Is it
era.
going to be Woodstock or Bethel or the actual Woodstock?
It's a place near Woodstock, which he said, and I already forgot. So you have
Okay.
to go and listen to an old show, or you can go onto the website,
Or you can go
Carol
to Carol and
with an
Paula's
E,
website.
and
yeah.
Paula.com.
Oh.
And speaking about house cleaning,
Yes, house cleaning. What do you
I
got?
would like to
What do you got,
mention
Charlie?
one thing. Finally, among other people, Pat Benatar was nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
She was.
Yeah, so
Buttons aren't working anymore.
Oh no, that's okay. Hang on, we'll figure it out.
Um,
I'm
That
trying
was-
to
anyway,
we were
what the heck's going
applauding.
on.
The audience was applauding.
yeah,
but they
and
didn't hear you.
also in that bunch is the Doobie Brothers, and you can, if you're a big Pat Benatar fan,
hang on
you
before you
can
guys
vote
start.
for her because it's a fan voting thing. Just go to Google Vote Pat Benatar, and you could vote daily until January 10th. So let's make this happen. It's long overdue for Pat.
You know,
Right.
I did not know that the Doobie Brothers meant what it means.
Of course you wouldn't.
Of course you wouldn't.
I had no idea, and now it all makes sense. Now that I know,
Yes.
Man, that's why they were born rambling men.
because of the What's Happening episode. Now I get it.
Okay, there you go. See, it's the little things that bring you up to date, Monk. It's
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Some days I feel
Go.
like Walter from The Big Lebowski, where he's talking to Donnie, and
And
you're
he's
like a
just,
child who just wanders into a room, and like, how do you not? Never mind.
I can go.
Mark,
into a
you're
whole-
out of your element.
I can go into.
You're out of your element, Mark.
Do you have any house cleaning, Dominic?
The next Moonlight Pottery at Island Pottery will be October 25th, and the next Carve and Paint Your Own Pottery Night at Industry Makers in Huntington is going to be October 30th.
Oh wait, that's not there.
There'll be
What was it again?
That was the dough.
there'll be an event
damn it.
page
I gotta
and
fix this.
link up this evening for the October 30th Carve and Paint Your Own
Hang on, I'm just
Pottery.
gonna
We'll be working
flat out
on
delete that pad.
we'll be working on ornaments for the holiday season.
Ooh, that actually sounds really
That's
cool.
nice.
There's actually some pictures on your page, right?
There are pictures everywhere.
There's
All the
pictures
time.
everywhere, all the time.
Yeah, but you can go to Sperano Arts on Facebook, and you can see everything there.
Fixed it.
All right.
Sorry. I thought I set the default pad to be the new one, and I'm just silly on the technical side. I'm sorry.
All right, so
We're good, though.
So we're kind of still waiting on our guest.
guest
So we're
Rooney.
just gonna have to go on without him, because he already knows what he's gonna do. We know that he's coming, or
Yeah.
gonna call in,
Hopefully.
and we're just gonna have to see
And
how
here
this
you
goes.
made me worried about being like a little late.
Well, I thought I was gonna be late. He thought he was gonna be late. You thought you were gonna be late.
No, I didn't
Turns
know.
out-
I didn't think I was going to be late. I knew I was going to be late by like 2 minutes because I had to like dropped my lady off.
Hi, shout out.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair enough.
So
Enough.
that's about it.
All right.
But I'm like, I was either going to be exactly here at like 1:58 or 2:01. It was just somewhere around there. But I'm like, this is not.
50
egregious.
chance of being there. Only 10% chance of that. All right. Don't make
Just remember,
fun
if you're right
Oh,
51% of the time, you're wrong 49% of the time.
There you go. There's equal opposite balances.
Ah, it's gone again.
Hit overview on the pad,
Overview.
and then hit the one directly to the right. That one. And then now try it again.
Yeah,
There you go. Sorry. I'm like, I can't reach over this far. Like, I have to just tell you what to do. I'm sorry.
No, you're not Plastic Man. You can't just.
I wish. That would be amazing.
All right. So we are ready. Where's my paper?
To rock.
There we go. We are ready to go. So we set the
I'm
timer.
ready. I'm ready to fix some locks.
Oh ho!
Where's my timer?
I don't even know what
Timer.
that's about.
Oh no! Now it's on me again. I'm sorry. I'm just a mess by all means.
it's behind the scenes.
Oh well, yeah. Ready?
We are ready. Here we go.
The following is brought to you in part by MFC Studios. The views of the show's host and guests do not necessarily
have a feeling he's
reflect
preparing
those of the
something.
management, owners, or staff of this radio station. And now, it came from the radio.
Yapatoy, and welcome once again to A Game from Radio, the official The Big Apple Con. This is your host, Mark Torres, speaking. With me in the GHR studio, we have our very own senior correspondent, Charlie Saladino,
Yabba toys in the attic.
and we have our very own Pronto Comics, Dominic Definition Man Sperano,
Toys in the attic.
and we have from GHR engineer Zambo,
Hello.
and we have a special co-host, co-guest,
Sean.
host, guest, host
I don't
person,
know. Pick one.
co-host.
Special co-host guest.
There we go. Special co-host, yes, Sean. Does he have a last name? Does Sean have a last name?
Kiernan.
Kiernan, do you have a title?
No.
Okay. Speak into the mic. Move that closer. Move it all the way.
Oh.
Pretend like it's a woman and get real close.
There we go.
Sean came all the way. Wow, I sound like Mr. Haney for a minute. Mr. Douglas. Sean came all the way from Lake Grove to be with us today
Oh wow. You're
Why?
You're from my neck of the woods.
because my car took him there. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not working again.
Do
It's
the
not
thing.
working again.
Do the thing. That one. That one. Do it again. Yay! We fixed it. I'm sorry.
So on this week's show, we're going to have from the Long Island Comic Expo, Greg Iosa. He'll be either in the studio or calling in. We're going to find out. And
I love
gonna be
how
awesome.
tight a ship we run here.
it's going to be, well, he's going to be here in some way, shape, or form. Either
trying to
in
space some
person or
WD-40.
spiritually on the phone.
Maybe
But
we
he'll-
should all join hands
be-
and contact the living.
he'll be coming in.
Hang on, I think I have a book for the recently deceased.
But before we do any of that,
It's like, what?
we're going to. I hope this works. We're going to take it away with the news.
Ah! One more time. I've been trying to fix things on the back end to make sure it works. So try one more time.
I got where the button is.
And one more.
Is it that one? There we
There.
go. We're gonna take it away with the news.
Got it. Okay. I'm trying to fix things on the background. I'm so sorry. That's why it's like it keeps
You
disabling
don't
itself.
apologize for nothing.
No.
You,
So-
my friend, you bow to no one.
The news is brought to you in part by the fine folks of the Big Apple Con, of which we are the official radio show of, celebrating over 23 years of pop culture news and comic book stuff. For more information, go to www.bigapplecc.com. Their next convention, which is the Big Apple Christmas Con, will be on December 14th. They have headliners have been announced. So they have Sam J. Jones, none other than Flash
Oh
Gordon
my
himself,
God, Flash!
and Peter Scolari is going to be on there.
Peter
Oh my
Scolari.
God! From Bosom Buddies.
Bosom
Yeah,
Buddies.
all the way from Bosom Buzzy. Busy? Yeah.
Busy, buzz, buzz, busy.
They're going to be there. Legendary artist Jim Steranko and Russ Braun, who
That's
has
cool.
been drawing on The Boys, the comic. So he's
That's
going to
cool.
be there too.
Oh, sorry.
Not yet.
No. That was an accident. As I told, once again, just trying to make things work. I'm sorry. We're good. We're good. It
man.
didn't get recorded in. Don't worry. Continue.
So let's start off with the sad news.
Uh,
Sad news.
We need to
Actor.
have sad news music.
We should.
You know what we need? We need
Have
to
that.
use the sad theme song from The Incredible Hulk.
oh, him
Ooh.
walking away with the.
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
walking
Yeah.
away. Yeah.
And then while we're in
He
the
likes
studio,
that idea.
while
Well,
we're in the studio,
Marky likes it.
we should see Stewie walking away.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, right there.
Well, because the Incredible Hulk, the TV Incredible Hulk, died, and that was the end.
Is that in the Death of the Incredible Hulk?
Yes, and then at the very end, when he died and they pull away from him dying, that's the song they play. So that's the last thing you hear with the Incredible Hulk in it. So,
But he ain't
yeah,
walking.
See, now, tell me this is not good sad news. Who died music?
it is. Actually,
Every once in a while, I have a good idea.
so we can play that again in 1 second because I forgot to mention the Patreons.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God!
So then,
So wait,
in that, so
hold
then in
off,
that case,
sad
then,
news. We need happy music now.
No,
Oh, you know,
that
no.
is for the Patreon.
No, you know what you need? Can you pull up the Ted DiBiase "Money, Money, Money"
Oh, of course.
entrance music
Yeah. yeah.
This is for the Patreon.
for the Patreons? Yeah.
So we do the shout out for the Patreons, of which
Music.
there are.
Mm.
All right,
There you go.
Patreons, of which they are Danny Grillo, award-winning director Jerry Burrell, Two Sentence Horror, Millie Portez, Kyle Horn, Dresden Media, Unji-kun, and Shadow Rabbit Art.
Do you know you do a karate chop every single time you say his name?
Do I really?
You really do.
Well, I have to.
I'm
He's got to get the insinuation
Yes.
down.
yes.
I'm offended.
It's the beauty of
yeah.
voice acting. It's the
He's
beauty
not
of
even
voice
Asian.
It's
You-
like,
but you still go Unji-kun every time.
All right, so I'll make sure
Man.
that I refrain from doing the Unji-kun.
He's
Dude,
not
I don't
gonna
care.
get it right.
I just find it
He's
hilarious
not
that you
gonna
do
get it
that.
You
right.
can do whatever
No.
you want.
No,
It's,
I'm
it's,
not.
it's,
I'm
I
not.
think it's great.
So now we can go for the sad news. Ready for the sad news now? Sad
Okay.
news,
Hold on.
All right. Actor and
There you go.
legendary comedian Rip Taylor died recently from an epileptic seizure.
Rip
Wow.
to rip.
Rip was the carrot top of his time, with a touch of Liberace thrown in for good measure. Best known for throwing confetti wherever he went, appearing on such shows as The Gong Show, Password, The Merv Griffin Show, The Mike Douglas Show, The Tonight Show, The Late Night with David Letterman, just to name a few. Rip also appeared in such films as Repossessed, Silence of the Hams, and just to name a few. Of note, Rip hosted his own beauty pageant parody show called The $1.98 Beauty Show, where the grand prize was a bouquet of rotten vegetables. Rip is survived by his longtime partner Robert Fortney, and in lieu of flowers, they're asking that donations be made to the Thailands. He was 84. Charlie, you familiar with?
oh
good
yeah,
old
he
Rip?
was hysterical. He was every time he was on, he would bring a shopping bag of confetti, and it was his bit. He'd run around, throw
Throwing
confetti
at people.
at people, and then when he was empty, he'd take the bag
And
and,
put
put
it
it
on
over
someone's
somebody's
head.
and it was well known that Rip Taylor had a wig, because during the course of his act, he would put a handkerchief between it and clean
Yeah.
his head. Yeah, he was a wild and crazy guy. He was.
One of the
He's a
original-
wild and crazy
crazy
guy.
one of the original comedians.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
So moving on for more sad news, legendary actor Robert Forster also died recently from brain cancer. Robert appeared in such films as, here we go, Reflections in the Golden Eye, The Stalking Moon, Avalanche, The Black Hole, Vigilante, The Delta Force, Satan's Princess, Maniac Cop Part 3, Badge of Silence, American Yakuza, Scanners, The Showdown, Guns and Lipstick, The Original Gangsters, Jackie Brown, Psycho, the remake, Supernova, Me, Myself, and Irene, Mulholland Drive, Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle, D-Wars, The Bannon Way, The Descendants, Olympus Has Fallen, London Has Fallen, Acts of Vengeance, and El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie, just to name a few. On the small screen, Robert appeared in such shows as Judd for the Defense, Nakia, Police Story, The Original Magnum P.I., Tales from the Dark Side, Murder, She Wrote, Once, Jake and the Fat Man, P.S. I Love You, Silk Stockings, Walker, Texas Ranger, One West Waikiki, Tom McFarlane's Spawn, the animated one, Godzilla series, the animated one, Fast Lane, Karen Cisco, The Grid, Huff, Numbers, Desperate Housewives, Heroes, Transformers Prime, Last Man Standing, Breaking Bad, Backstrom, and Twin Peaks, just to name a... Whew! He
Wow.
was in a lot
Quite a
of
lot.
stuff. He was a spry 78.
Wow.
Yeah, that was.
That's not
young.
that old.
It's weird because I was going through the intertubes as I tend to do, and I came across the old blog I used to have for our old show, which was It Came from the Radio. And I noticed that we had done a.
That's a fascinating title for your original old show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We have a new show now. It's called It,
It came from the radio.
Yes, we do. How
Brought
about
to you
that?
by the fella from It
Came from the
the
radio.
So
Who happened to be the creator of
Burst.
Yeah,
Yes.
Sunburst.
So I was
That character that just set comics on fire.
yes,
Mm.
I was mentioning a
Well, because
review.
she's hot. She's
Yeah,
sunburst.
Yeah.
I was mentioning a review of the movie D-Wars,
Mhm.
and I was reading it, and I was like, wow, I don't remember seeing this movie. I don't remember this movie exists, and yet I had an elusive, elaborate description of this movie, D-Wars.
Clearly, it really left an impression.
So then, because my past self said how crazy this movie was, I went on YouTube, and I watched it again. I was like, holy crap. And Robert Forster was in that movie, and then he dies like 2 days later. So I was like, wow, what are the chances of that all the universe coming together for him to pass away? As soon as I
Sometimes
watched
things
this
happen that way.
movie.
You see people, you see actors, and next thing you know.
Yeah, because I'm watching the movie. I'm like, hey, I know that guy. I didn't remember his name. I know that guy. And then a little
He was
research.
that was Robert's thing. He was
was that
everybody-
guy.
That guy knew that guy,
Yeah,
and he was in everything that people knew. That guy's in everything.
yeah. And so
That guy. He's one of the. There are a lot of actors that are like, oh, that guy.
yeah,
That guy.
And he's one of them.
he was one of them because he's been in just about every movie. Because Jesus, I said like 30,000
Where?
movies,
Oh, okay.
and he
I
had
didn't
like
know he was missing.
100 more. So moving on to more happier news. So let's go with that first clip that you
Oh,
did.
yes.
So
Way to cue a guy. huh?
from the
Oh my god. Oh my god, we killed him. What do you mean we? I was right here.
department.
I have no idea what that was.
I don't. You know what I
So
said?
that
Mark
was
What
said
was that?
From the from department. Yeah.
that was from Mystery Men when they all killed Captain Amazing. So we had Hank Azaria was saying, "Oh my God, we killed him," and then William H Macy says, "What do you mean we? I was standing over here," because he was all in the corner while they were trying to figure out how to rescue him, and they in turn killed him by accident. That was
Yep.
what that clip was, and that was from the department.
So what does that have to do with the piece of news?
Actress
Well-
Felicity Huffman reported to federal prison to begin her 2-week stint as a sentence for her role in a college admission scam. Rep says
2
Miss
weeks.
Miss Huffman is prepared to serve the term of imprisonment ordered as one part of the punishment. She then will begin serving the remainder of the sentence, which is 1 year of supervised release, with conditions including 250 hours of community service when she is released. For those of you not paying attention, the actress was found guilty of paying $15,000 to cheat on the SATs and boost her daughter's test scores. Felicity says, in a letter to the court, Hoffman tried.
I want to know though, like, why is she going down for this? And I love William H. Macy. How is he somehow scot-free on this? You telling me he had no...
that's what the clip was for. What do you mean we? I was standing over here.
So we
See how it all works
picked that
together?
All right, now.
So you know what she could have done with that $15,000? Donated to the Patreon, had a night out with Dom.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Could have done that.
Actually, a
right.
night and a half,
Night
because
and
it's
a
only
half.
$10,000.
So
true.
How many
A night and a beautiful breakfast.
how many
Dom.
years in prison?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Like,
2
how many
weeks.
years? 2 weeks.
Now it's a federal. It was a federal case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why it's a federal prison, because anything that under a year, you're not supposed to actually be in prison. You're supposed to be in jail.
Yeah.
People don't realize there's a difference between jail and prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
John
guess 'cause
Schneider
it's
went
federal,
to jail. She
Yeah.
went to prison.
because
And he
I
only went
guess
for one
because
day.
it's federal. But it's also federal minimum security
Yeah.
But
prison.
now,
She'll be out in 24 hours on good behavior.
if she was Madonna, she wouldn't have got any time, no service. She would have got away scot-free. Because Madonna is the only one that she could say, I'm going to blow up the White House and get away with it.
Madonna allegedly says that, not Charlie. Please don't look for
Yes.
him.
Right.
There you
These
go.
aren't working again because I was going for the crickets.
Damn it. Try the middle button,
Oh, we gotta do
overview,
this.
and then latch.
And go
There you go.
that.
And hit it again.
There you
Hey.
So
There you go.
What a reference that no one cared about.
Felicity says, in my desperation
My
to be a
job,
good
Dan.
mother,
Yeah.
I talked myself into believing that I was doing a grieving daughter. I believe I was doing and giving my daughter a fair shot. I see the irony in that statement now because what I have done is the opposite of fair. I have broken the law, deceived educational community, betrayed my daughter, and failed my family.
Her daughter had more than a
Is-
fair shot just being her daughter.
Is she just beginning to see the irony in it and not when it was happening?
No.
That's a lie.
I am deeply
Yeah.
ashamed of
That's
what
a
I
lie.
have done. At
She
the
doesn't-
end
no,
of the
she's
day,
not.
Only because
I
she
have
got
a
caught.
choice to make.
Right.
I
And
could have
she's
said
wrong.
no. There are no excuses or justifications for my actions, period. And I especially want to apologize to the students who worked hard every day to get into college and their parents who
man.
make tremendous sacrifices
Oh,
to supporting
man,
their
oh,
children.
man.
You know what she could do
Well,
to really
that's
make
why
up for
she
it?
only
Pay
got-
my
Right.
student debt.
That's
How
why
about
she
that?
only got 2 weeks.
Just mine.
Yeah.
No one else.
If you remember, Lori
No,
Loughlin,
She was smart.
has-
She's like, I'm cutting a deal and that's it.
Lori Loughlin
Yeah.
has doubled down and been like, I
Yeah.
did nothing wrong.
Right.
I'm gonna see what happens. So yeah. So as a college student, there, Sean, what are your thoughts on this whole thing?
Do you feel that Felicity Huffman
Took
took
your-
your possibility of getting into Harvard? Or wait, where is she sending her kid?
I don't know. Some.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Ah, sorry.
Whoa.
Well,
That was a
Wrong mic.
Yeah.
Wrong mic. That was me. Sorry.
And
Yeah.
two.
We're good.
You got to get closer.
all the way.
There
all
you
the
go.
way. There you go.
There you go.
I'm up.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So
You're
what
good.
do you
Sorry.
think about this whole college stand as a college student yourself, or do you not care one bit?
To be honest with you, I don't care one bit at all.
There we go.
I
don't
honestly
care.
think this entire thing is completely
Wait
overblown.
until you get the bill.
I don't care.
Then you're gonna know how
Yeah.
much of an
Yeah.
angry you can get.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I honestly don't think there's one college student out there who actually cares about Felicity Huffman's daughter or Olivia Jade
Not
in terms
really.
of taking
No.
their slot
No.
in
There
college.
you go.
I
No,
just care if some
there's
person's
not
gonna
one.
hit me in the Target parking lot so I can finally pay some student debt. But that's just what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So her husband, actor William H. Macy, while initially named in the
He's got that
scandal,
shameless money.
he did
hell yeah,
not
he
commit
does.
a crime. So he's
He's like, I'm not
Free and
involved
clear.
with this garbage.
He's like,
what do you mean we? I'm over
over
here.
here.
Yeah, basically, he's just like,
What
look, honey, I'm in Chicago shooting Shameless. You do whatever. I don't want to know about it.
Yeah.
That's essentially what he's saying.
I'll see you for
He's like,
dinner in November, but
Right.
for now, you got your problems. I'm filming.
He's like,
I'll-
I make the money.
I'll
She
see
does
you-
everything
I'll
else.
see you in 2 weeks. That's what he's saying.
Basically.
2 weeks. 2 week vacation.
I mean, look, it's people like, oh, she's
Hey,
going to federal prison.
Charlie-
She's going to federal.
Charlie looks like he's
Minimum.
bitten at the. What do you
No,
want?
I mean he chose to do the he did do the Schultz take the Schultz path. I know nothing.
I know nothing. I didn't do anything.
Nothing. I see nothing. I
I
hear
see
nothing.
Hogan.
Yeah, basically. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was busy over here with Emmy Rossum.
Yeah.
Leave me out of
I
this.
was shooting
we're
that
married, but
wonderful
shut up.
movie
Yeah.
Wild Hogs. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so moving along.
No, we're not moving along.
No,
Oh,
wait,
we wanna
we
stay
still got
on
more
this.
on
What,
this.
what do you got?
Yeah.
What do you got?
We got a
She's
couple
do-
more jokes.
Yeah.
We got a bit here. This is going.
She's doing 2 weeks in
2 weeks.
federal minimum security prison.
Yes.
Aside from the intake and the outtake, I really, because they check you in every single possible place they can check you. I really don't think she's going to have that rough of a time in prison.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly don't know why she's even doing prison time.
She's probably gonna walk out and go, "It was nothing like Orange Is the New Black."
No, you know why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know why? Because the book comes later.
Oh yeah. That's
Right.
right.
Yeah, that's why.
What if this would be amazing? What if
Memoirs
this
of a
whole
woman who
thing
cheated?
she did this
as research.
not on research. She did this because her career is kind of lagging and she needs like a jolt, and then this will make everyone talk. Then the book comes out, and then everyone's and then
Right.
she's on, and then she gets a
And
She maybe
then-
gets a small
See what I'm
TV
saying?
deal on Lifetime.
Well, right,
and
you know
it's
what I'm
saying?
build up. Yeah.
And then the money she makes from the book, she bribes somebody to get her kid into medical school.
Done.
You
Yeah.
know what's weird?
This is all a way for her to get Sports Night rebooted.
I
Yes.
think
That's what this
crack
is
the
about.
code, ladies and
so.
gentlemen.
That's what this is about.
As a side note, she actually.
You weren't even alive when Sports 9 came out.
No.
You hear
Yeah.
that, Mulder?
As-
We got
as-
another mystery.
As a
Yeah.
side note, she actually is starring in a new movie directed by Amy Jo Johnson. So it's kind of funny that she can't even promote that movie.
Or can
Because of all
she?
that's going
Because
on.
now, when they say that she's there, blah, blah,
'Cause
blah,
no
she's
one-
going to be in this upcoming movie.
No one has asked Amy Jo Johnson, what do you think about this whole scandal? So she's been kind of silent on the
Well,
whole.
does Amy Jo have a college-age daughter?
No, but
See?
she
That's why.
directed the movie that starred Felicity Huffman
So-
in it. So I think that's kind of interesting.
So I'm sure Amy Jo wasn't making the plans with Felicity.
No, but I'm saying, it's a controversial topic, but they're kind of staying
They
away.
can't, yeah, Amy
from
Jo
that
can't say
on-
anything.
I don't
on
even
that.
know why she really does not. This is not a crime that warrants imprisonment. Certainly not in federal. They're making
15.
they're basically making an example of her.
I
Look,
think the example is going to come with Lori Loughlin.
I mean, they literally do prison where you can go, where you spend your weekends in prison. Like,
Yeah.
just do that. Have her go do
Yeah.
weekend prison
When
or
that
something.
happens, Lori will know the meaning of Full House.
Yeah. Ooh.
There we go. All right, so moving on. All right, so we're ready for the next clip.
Yes, we are.
The
No?
other one.
The other one. Click. This one. Okay, ready?
Awesome.
All right, go.
All right.
All right. So you can lower that down now. So from the
drown
is
him
it
out.
really
Just
though
higher.
department, Zoltan Krisko, manager of the estate of Hungarian composer Gregory Vulcan, is suing Marvel, Disney, Fox, Apple, Amazon, and other media companies connected to X-Men the animated
So they
series.
could just say, "I'm suing Bob Iger," and then this would be a nice
Wait a
blanket
minute,
statement.
we're just going to let
Yeah.
that go?
Yeah.
Basically.
His name is Voltan?
Zoltan.
Oh, Zoltan.
Zoltan.
I thought his
Um,
mother
It's
liked
a good
reading.
Hungarian name.
Zoltan the Unsuable.
Yeah. Isn't he part of the
So-
Dreadnoughts and G.I. Joe?
So stating that
He's Zartan's brother, right?
Anyway, continue.
so stating that the theme song
At least I got him to go like,
to
oh,
the
God.
aforementioned series. Hit that again one more time.
Uh-oh.
Just-
So you got to be ready multiple times.
forgot you had it multiple times. Ready? Here it goes. And got it.
From this song right here, right, was swiped from the Hungarian police comedy / thriller series Linda, which had a successful run from 1984 to 1991. All right, play the other one.
All right, so.
All right, here we go. Wait, here it comes.
It's
Coming.
Not to mention, this is a pretty good theme song.
Here we go.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God! Wait.
Is that Perry Mason?
No, this is Perry Mason is dun, dun, dun. Oh yeah. Good, yeah. So that is
Now we have to check out Perry Mason theme song. Hold
Perry
on.
Mason's theme song. All right.
yeah.
Not the Ozzy Osbourne song.
No,
Okay.
the Perry Mason.
I just want to make sure.
Perry
that
Mason meets the Untouchables.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, this is Perry Mason.
Bum, bum.
I'm gonna speed it up.
No, it's all right. It's ready. It's gonna start in a second. Dun, dun, dun. Bum, 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 bum.
No, that's nothing alike.
Wait, it's coming.
We gotta wait those couple seconds. It's always a build up.
Oh!
Yeah, See,
So the
There's-
estate of Perry Mason may also have to
The
join a
senior
class action
correspondent
bombing
comes
lawsuit.
through
because
again.
when you mentioned it, I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh yeah, I used to, yeah. So
Anyway,
so yeah, so
well done. well done.
Zoltan believes the television executives involved in the creation of X-Men the animated series would have heard the Linda theme song while networking with members of the Hungarian film industry during the 1980s. Zoltan also
Because
claims
a lot
that
of people networked with the Hungarian film industry.
Well, because it was Fox, and Fox had a lot of people with Saban Entertainment, and therefore could have heard that song back then because he was working with Shuki Levy, who made a whole bunch of television songs, and that's where the logic comes into. Zoltan also claims that he never heard the X-Men animated series theme song until 2017, which is why it's taken him so long to file suit. For those of you not paying attention, X-Men the animated series aired for 5 seasons in 1992 through 1997, producing a total of 76 episodes, and has been rumored to be coming back for a 6th season on the new
That would be
Disney streaming
amazing.
service. So, does it sound like it? Does it not sound like it? What we?
Oh no, it sounds like it.
Oh no, it's
Oh,
totally
my
it's
God.
totally a doable case, and
Yeah.
I think if the Perry Mason owners of the copyright
Yeah.
jump in on this, I feel like they got a big lawsuit on their
Yeah.
hand, or at least some definite evidence of someone's using something here, and we got to figure this out like now.
Yeah, but
That's pretty
Unfortunately,
funny.
I think everybody
And-
except the family of the Perry Mason people, I think they're all gone.
And,
Yeah.
and Perry Mason came first because they
Oh,
had,
yeah.
the,
Yeah,
they had
oh,
the
yeah.
original, and then
Oh,
they
yeah.
did the remake of Perry
Sorry
Mason when
about
they
the
brought
rights
it
to
back
Perry
and they updated the song.
Right.
And then came the
Perry Mason.
Hungarian Linda, and
man.
then came the X-Men. So if he wins,
So
if
now
Zoltan wins, then I think it would give a really strong case to the Perry Mason. that
Perry Mason will win like 2 other with
Yeah.
the Linda thing.
That's so wild.
That'd be
That
crazy.
is very nicely done, Charlie. I gotta give
Thank you.
Have
Thank
you heard though? Like, there's some
Good night,
that,
Long Island.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Can we just say that also Perry Mason is owned by Paisano Productions? I just want to put that out there right now.
maybe.
Bada
Hey,
boom.
hey, oh,
Bada boom,
hey,
hey, oh,
Ah.
hey,
Yeah.
oh,
Anyway, continue.
All right, so
They're like, hey, I heard that song somewhere before.
yeah.
Hey, wait a minute.
You know, there was like a claim though that John Williams stole the Star Wars theme.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
See,
he was.
Google
did he
that.
kinda-
Can you Google
did
that?
he
Yeah, I
steal
can
it
Google
from
I'm
Superman?
kind of curious.
Like I'm in
pretty
Van
Because I
Wilder.
thought that
Google
was like
Write
the
that
same,
down.
the same thing.
That's the new version. Write that down.
Yeah.
Let's Google that.
So while he's doing that, we're gonna move on to our next bit of news from the department. The film Joker now stands as Warner Brothers' biggest hit of the year, with a still growing worldwide box office of $543 million, of which $96.2 million was from the opening weekend alone, which makes it the highest grosses opening for an October release. Experts say not only did Joker overperform in North America, but also internationally, where acclaim, buzz, and controversy surrounding the film resonated strongly with moviegoers who put the film at the top of their cinematic priority list. Movies that have become a part of the general
Conservation?
conservation due to
Yay.
the controversial nature of those that transcend their status as a movie to become a cultural event, and this is exactly what happened with the Joker.
I saw it, and I thoroughly liked it, by the way. I did see Joker. I liked
It's
it.
all right.
How was
I'm not saying it was the best, but I definitely enjoyed it.
How was Joaquin?
Joaquin was quite good as the Joaquin, as I say. Joaquin was good as Joaquin.
So
that is god awful, both of you.
Oh, I know. I've
speaking
been calling it
of
Joaquin all week.
the Joker film,
Nobody was
By the way,
speaking
Greg,
of
our guest, actually
Greg
said
is on the Facebook Live.
he's on the Facebook Live, and he said, "Would you agree that X-Men is one of the best cartoons ever made?"
I mean,
yeah,
definitely one of the
Just
better
saying.
superhero cartoons. Yeah.
Yes, for its time, yes.
Yeah, for its time, superhero cartoons were banging.
So Greg,
Yeah,
since you're
Amazing
listening
Spider-Man.
on the Facebook Live, I will tell you when to call in, unless you're gonna make it down here when we take our break. So good
Let us know
job being
ASAP.
there. This is Monic technology at its finest. So speaking of the Joker film,
This is what we call meta.
none other than Marvel writer Dan Slott had this to say about the movie.
Oh yeah, he hated
Dan says, saw the Joker tonight, loved Dark Knight and Wonder Woman, thought Aquaman and Shazam were fun, can't wait for Harley Quinn. This isn't an anti-DC thing. Joker was bad, real bad. Joaquin Phoenix's performance was a good thing in a bad movie. Also, Joker was a bad movie. Instead of watching the Joker, Just go and watch The King of Comedy instead. It's a better movie. Trust me. The most frustrating thing about the Joker movie, there are so many excellent DC comics that dance around the Joker's origin. Any of those, just using the comic pages as storyboards, would have made a far better movie than what they put up on the screen. Just when you think the Joker movie can't get any worse, they found a way to incorporate a scene which we've already seen too many times in superhero movies. If you saw Joker, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That was the rancid little cherry on top of this god-awful movie. Of course, the internet backlash was swift and merciless. However, Dan fought back by saying, "Me, here's my opinion on something. Angry Twitter guy, you're wrong. Me, do people not get how opinions work?" Dan goes on to say, "Watching a dark story about an anti-hero can be captivating. See Breaking Bad, The Shield, many other character arcs in The Wire, how it's paced, and why they make their choices, how much you're willing to empathize with them, and for how long, and these can all be exciting things. But it has to be earned. You can't shorthand it by imitating other better films, Taxi Driver, King of Comedy, Falling Down, Fight Club, etc., if it's not paced out well. If the character goes too far too quickly, why should we continue to be invested in them? Stacking the deck against a character isn't character development. Being dark for dark's sake isn't a theme. Rich equals bad, poor equals good isn't a hot take. Good cinematography, score, and even an excellent performance doesn't fix the meal if the recipe is bad. Imagine if you put your best driver in the world in a very expensive car, but somehow built the track so that it goes down a very boring, predictable road and then into a wall or off a cliff. The only reason I've clarified and explained my point is because so many people in my mentions asked me to. This isn't me harping on something over and over. This is me replying to a lot of you who have asked my response. I think I've said all I'm going to say on it. Are we good?
No.
So
No, I want to be mad. I don't want to
I
be
saw
wrong. I
Joker.
want to be
Did
mad.
you see Joker? Charlie?
I'm
Joker?
sorry, I wasn't listening to you.
Did you see Joker?
No.
Okay.
I
Dominic?
haven't seen it yet. No.
All right, so it's just me and Zambo here.
Yeah.
I have not seen The King of Comedy. I have not seen
That doesn't shock me at all.
Taxi Driver. So
That also doesn't
the
shock me.
comparisons
Have you-
that
have
they're-
you seen
Why
any-
wouldn't that shock me?
No.
So the
Have you seen any of Marty Scorsese's movies ever?
Maybe? I
No.
don't know. I
No,
don't-
that's a no. I have not.
That's a no.
Okay.
So I haven't seen that stuff.
do you
so
now
I-
want to see it having watched this movie?
No.
Okay.
No, because I'm like,
That was a,
like,
that was
should
a
I-
strong
should
no.
should I these comparisons to these other movies? I'm like, they're far better. But what I saw, I was like, yeah, it was there. I saw it. You know, it was what it was. And then they had the
It was what it was.
the little twist, the little surprise twist at it. And now it makes me think, I really didn't need to see that movie at all. But
Really?
Joaquin did a great job as the Joker.
Right.
Not as good as Heath Ledger did,
Okay.
but
Now, does he actually play the Joker?
that's up to interpretation. The whole movie is completely up to interpretation, which is the thing I do not like. I don't like a movie that says,
Right.
well, you got to figure it out on your own. Guess.
No,
Like, wait a minute.
no,
That's
that's
your
you just
job.
being lazy.
That's your job. You got to tell me
Right.
what's going on.
I didn't go and make a movie. You made a movie. Do
Right.
your job.
So it's up to interpretation. So, like I said, you have to see it, and then we can be like, well, did this, did that, and it's. So he might have played the Joker. He might have played a Joker. I don't know. And the thing is, what the intent of the director was might not even be what you saw. So he could say
Right.
one thing, you say something else, and it's just your opinion. So,
Right.
So yeah.
It's in between.
Is this the first movie you've seen with Robert De Niro in it?
No.
Okay.
It's in between two photos on Google Maps. So like,
What are we looking at?
The stairs where he does the
scene,
dance.
The stairs where he
Where
does
he
the
does
the
dance and where he walks up in the
Yeah.
movie. So like, it's in between two photos, so you get like a little bit of this angle, and then you get a little bit of that angle. You can't get in between. It really stinks.
Where is this?
The Bronx, actually.
Yeah. It was
Okay.
shot.
1201 Shakespeare Avenue.
There you go.
You
So
know
if
how many
wanna be
morons are
part-
going to cosplay on that?
Oh, it's already
a
too
lot.
late. They've
It's
already
already,
had-
Yeah.
it's already been
started
happening, man.
Yeah. So
Is it worth seeing the Joker?
Okay, you saw Taxi Driver, right?
Yeah.
You would like this movie,
Okay.
in my personal opinion. If you've seen Taxi Driver, if you've seen how people, like in Falling Down, that slow descent into madness,
Mm-hmm.
and you're kind of like a fan of, let's see where this goes, you'll like that portion of it. There's
Okay.
some parts of the plot that are a little predictable, in my opinion, but a lot of it was actually where you went, okay, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's no like, it's no, I mean, it's a little ham-fisted with some things that are going on, but it doesn't go crazy with it.
Is it worth actually watching in the theaters or waiting for it to come to Netflix?
I say wait.
I mean, yeah, you would definitely say wait, and I don't mean that in a negative way.
I do.
I don't know. I mean, that's kind of up for if
Yeah.
you're
Well,
feeling like
then
it's a
go
rainy
see a
day.
matinee.
I
Go
was
see a
about to
matinee.
say,
a matinee.
it's a rainy day on a Tuesday in the middle of the day. You go, yeah, screw it, let's go.
I got
it's
nothing
one
else
of
to
those
see.
things.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I would
Because I'm
classify it
hearing
as that.
very wide
It's a
range of
exactly
reviews on that
because the movie is completely 100% open to interpretation. Because there's certain things that I want to talk to Zambo later. when
Yeah,
you guys
we'll
are here.
talk off air just
But
to not spoil.
it's something like, well, I guess this, I guess that, maybe not. So it's a whole
There's some
interesting.
things
whole
that
thing.
there's some things that I did figure out in the movie by just simply paying attention to just small little nuances or like little things that
little
were said.
things.
And I went,
Yes.
I bet you that's this, and they go, oh look at that. Like it's just one of those things.
So yeah. But that's it for the news. So we have Greg
All right.
is on our Facebook Live. So Greg, we're going to tell you to call in when we take our break. So we'll be right back with It Came from Radio.
We should just answer him. We should have the interview over Facebook.
That
Live.
would be
I feel like
crazy.
it'd be really funny. It would not work, but it'd be really funny.
Hi, you've
Be
heard
kind of
my
hilarious.
voice open
Yeah, it
and
would be.
close the show. Now we
Oh
want
my
to hear
God,
your
this is
voice.
It's
so
very good imagery, though. I
If you
should
have a
say.
It's
business
very
or
good imagery.
product,
Perfect.
You can record
you're a fan of that,
commercial
we're good.
here. We offer 30 and 60-second spots. For more information,
Sean,
contact Mark
that's Amber.
Okay, so
that's Amber.
MFC_studios at
516
hotmail.com.
308.
This is Quentin Flynn, a popular voice actor known for
Bilalili.
Axel, Tamao,
You got all that?
and Raiden from the Metal Gear series. And you're listening to It Came From the Radio. Stick around.
Whether you're looking for pre-code horror, good girl art, or superhero comic books, check out Not From This Earth.
All right.
See, behind the scenes
They
stuff.
specialize
Ew.
in rare
This
comic
is
books, but they also have
such
an
a
extensive
finely
stock
tuned
of
machine.
popular comics to help you fill
I
in
mean,
the
it took a little
holes
bit
in
of
your
greasing on the
collection.
wheels in the
That's
beginning, but now we're coasting, baby.
NotFromThisEarth.com. Use code
It's very reminiscent of when we used to be
WERY
at,
receive a 10%
WGBB. It's
discount
just-
on your entire order. Also,
Oh, hello.
What the bloody hell?
31 Grace
Hey,
Street,
Greg, hang on one second.
Williamsburg section of Brooklyn between Friday, September 13th and Sunday, September 15th.
Hey kids, this is CJ Ramone of the world famous Ramones, and then you're listening to It Came From the Radio.
Hey guys, I'm Christy and I'm here to make the coolest custom cake for your next event. I also do cake pops, cupcakes, cookies, you
Very
name it.
impressed on
So
that.
if you're searching for the perfect birthday gift, preparing for your big day,
I could actually
maybe
go to
there's
sleep
nothing
now.
coming up, but your sweet tooth may have just given your brain a swift kick because of me. Give me a call at 631-606-8166 or follow me at Custom Cakes by Christy.
All right, so Greg, can you hear us?
That's K.
Oh, I just muted him, but he heard me say, just hang on a sec.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. Just in case.
This is Brian Downey.
I didn't want it to get, like,
Stanley Tweedle
overwhelming
from
with
the
all
TV
stuff.
series
But I'll unmute it the moment you go,
And you're
and
listening to It Came From Radio.
Yeah, why didn't you tell him that he forgot the word the?
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. What are we talking
What was
about?
that?
That was the drop that you did at WinterCon, and he forgot the.
Who was it? I didn't hear him.
Stanley Tweedle? One of the not Farscape. The four, you did the four of them all together?
Oh yeah, that was Lex.
Yeah, Lex. So why didn't you be like, it's the radio?
Well, you know when they do the drop, they
Hey,
you
we're
know,
still here. Just hang on one more minute.
I don't
So
catch
you
the
didn't-
little
you
ones
didn't-
like that.
Gotcha.
Hi, I'm Lex. You're listening to It Came From the Radio.
Now, back to our show.
And welcome back to It Came From Radio. Officially back out with This is your host, Mark Torres, speaking along with Charlie Saladino, senior correspondent, Dominic, Definition Man, Pronto Comics guy, and Sean. I forgot his last name.
That's okay. Just Sean.
The guy. Say hi, Sean.
Sean the guy.
Hi.
So we are live on tape with our special guest on the phone. We have Greg Ios. Say hi, Greg.
Hello, gentlemen.
There we go.
Hello.
There we go.
Mark, can I just say one thing to you?
Yes.
Enunciation.
Enunciation.
Yeah, because you sounded like you're working for the MTA.
Okay, I'll keep that in
I'm
mind.
just saying, man.
So, Greg.
Pride Avenue, Minnesota, Hicksville.
Yeah, basically. Welcome to
The next stop. The next
Yeah.
stop.
The
The
Gotcha.
next stop is Ronkonkoma.
So, Greg.
The next stop is you wake up in Ronkonkoma.
What? That's a long day.
Oh, yeah.
So, Greg, we have I always affectionately call you the $5 guy because you run a convention and it costs only $5 to get in. So, you're having another one coming up very soon. Correct?
Yes, November 3rd, first Sunday of November at the Huntington Hilton from 10 to 6.
Now, I've had many convention organizers on the show, and I always ask them the same question. Now that you've done it a couple times, why in the world do you still want to keep on doing conventions?
I mean, it beats putting on a shirt and tie.
You are wearing a shirt of some kind, though, correct?
I mean,
It'll be a
so is
$6
that?
convention.
You are wearing a shirt of some kind, though, right? You're not going to walk around bare-chested, are you?
Hold on 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow. Oh, this is...
To beat off of that, cosplay can require no shirts, so
That's true.
keep that in mind.
Nothing's worse than when you see someone cosplaying shirtless who really should not be shirtless.
But now they can
Well,
be.
kudos to them on their confidence.
They can be
That's true.
overweight.
Other than
Thor.
that, though, yeah.
I think they put in overweight Thor into the movies just to give everyone hope.
No, it's to give the dad bods hope. That's what.
That's
it
what
is.
I mean.
It's give dad bods
And, like-
hope. People like you and me.
All right, so Greg, are we good now, Greg?
Why are you lumping me into this?
I'm not
I have
lumping you
a,
into this.
I have
Okay.
a chiseled physique.
You're
Chiseled out
voluptuous.
of
I
jello.
apologize.
All right, Greg. See, this is why I prefer people in the studio.
Oh, ho.
Why? So Dominic was asking, are you going to be shirtless for the convention?
Not for this one.
Okay.
Maybe next year. Maybe when we go to a 2-day show, we'll bust out something special.
There we
That's
go.
good. I like that idea.
If you do take it to on a 2-day show, will it still be $5?
Oh, always.
But $5 each day?
We'll see about that.
Okay.
The 5 is there.
I don't know.
So why 5? Why not 10? Why not 2? Why not 20? What is the definition of a $5 for you? Was there something that happened in your
why not?
childhood?
Why not free?
Because
That's your convention.
I don't
That's-
know.
Why not free?
Why not? Do you want to make any money at this?
I mean, the idea, I mean, I would love to be able to put this show on, and the idea is to be able in the future to hopefully maybe one day to be able to do it for people for free.
Really?
As of right now, I do it for children 10 and under for free. And I just charge the $5. I mean, you got to do something to keep the lights on. But I do have some things in the works for maybe hopefully next year moving it to a free show for people. You know what's funny, though, is when you give things away to people for free, they don't see a value in it.
That's correct.
So, like, if I gave people a free show, they wouldn't think it was as good as charging them $5 for it.
So basically, it's the cheapest you can charge while still giving it an illusion of something that's a good deal for free, really.
Well, I mean, I'd say it's a pretty good deal. I don't know if it's an illusion. I mean, you can bring a family of 4 to my show for cheaper than one person goes to a movie.
Right. So that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like the fact that it's only $5 makes it a very appetizing thing for people, especially people like me who are dirt poor, to go to places such as this. And you do have a pretty darn good family-friendly show.
I mean, I've been to
and
your
one
show.
of the-
It is amazing for $5. It's not an illusion of great value. It is great value.
And this show is going to be 3 times the size.
Ooh.
Nice.
I tripled the size of for this next November show.
So all right, so
It's amazing.
So let's go with the business end on this. How do you still make a profit if you're only charging $5?
Well, I mean, when I started the show, I started it because I also sell comic books. And I couldn't find a show that I liked to sell my comic books. So I didn't create the show so much to make money on the show. I made it just so vendors can make money and sell their books. I'm going into this as another, vendor, as everybody else that does my show. So, when I started, I was tired of going to the bigger shows, paying, $20 to $30 to get in, $20 to $30 for my girlfriend to get in. By the end of the day, I was spending $150, $200 before I was able to buy a comic.
Wow.
So I wanted a show where people can come in and not spend their money at the front door, but they can actually go in and say, oh, I didn't go to a show today. I went to a show and I bought a first appearance of Gambit, or they left with a cool comic book that they were now able to afford because I allowed them into the show for $5.
So really, if you think about it, there's a lot of conventions out there that say it's by fans for fans, as the new thing is, or by cosplayers for cosplayers, or by this. So this is a by a vendor for vendors, and then for everybody else also.
Yeah, I try and make everybody happy.
You know what they say about that, though?
What do they say about that?
You can't please everyone.
So Charles,
yeah, no. You
Charles,
could try.
Do you have
You
a
could
question
try.
for Greg?
No, and I just agree with him wholeheartedly. Like, the less you spend at the door, the more you can buy at the convention. You don't have to worry about saving all your money for the door. And I think that I always thought that was a great idea. I always thought it was very considerate of the showrunner to do that. And, I think that's always a great convention.
And another thing is that it's free parking, right?
Yeah, it's going to be at the Hilton, so they have free parking there.
So that's
And
another
there's plenty of.
cost-saving measure. And what are we talking about food here? Are we talking Javits Center prices where it's $30 for a bottle of water?
Second mortgage for a hot dog?
As far as food goes, there will be a food truck vendor outside. We will have a pretzel vendor inside. Also inside, we will have your future guest later tonight or in past time, depending on when this airs. Christy will also be there. And I think that's about it for food. But the New York strip truck we're going to have there pretty much has everything covered as far as savory.
So how do you manage to put a show together? And you're telling everybody it's only going to be $5, so that way it gives everybody incentive to want to be part of the show. Artists or vendors, right? So you have that down. But how do you convince people that people are going to show up for a $5 convention?
Trial and error. I mean, at this point, this is now my 7th show. So at this point, it's not really convincing people. People know people are going to show up. But it takes time to get there. You got to build a show. Like my first show I ever did was the Rockville Center show.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think 500 people showed up for that show.
That's pretty good as a first show.
Yeah, no, I was pretty happy when that was a much smaller location. I think we only had 40 vendors in that room. I had 36 vendors and 4 artists to start.
So how do you?
Well, I think
what Mark is trying to get to is like, how are you making any money? That's really what he's trying to say, but he can't. That's what he wants to know. How are you even surviving doing this?
I think Mark's looking for It Came from the RadioCon next year that he's working on building. He wants the inside
He's
knowledge.
been working on It Came from the RadioCon for the past 10 years, and he still doesn't understand how the business works.
Yeah, it's that and my comic and a whole bunch of other stuff that I have no idea what the hell's going on.
No.
I mean, the basic, simplest way to put it, Mark, is just the vendors pay for it to be at the show.
Okay.
I mean, they do this at every show. I just don't feel a need to get rich off everybody.
And for your other question, Mark, it would be like Field of Conventions. If you undercharge, they will come.
I guess so.
Yeah.
So how do you decide how big you're going to get? Because you said the first show was 500 people, small place in Rockville Center, and now you're doing how big? What, 5 times the size of that show? Because if this show is 3 times bigger than the last show, you're about 5 times bigger than your first show.
Yeah, we had 40 tables at the first show, and I'm looking at it's 250 at this show.
Yeah, that's crazy. So how do you?
It's going to be good.
So how do you figure how big you're going to get? Is there a limit that you can get to? I think I've asked this last time. Can you get to New York Comic Con size?
I'm only really confined by the size of the venue that I can use. And with Long Island, there is no Jacob Javits Center on Long Island. There is no large convention center for people like us to use. There are some larger arenas, but it's like you have Nassau Coliseum, or even that's not the size of the Javits.
Right.
So it's really just comes down to the size of the building. Whatever the venue will give me, I'm going to use up the space and fit as much as I can.
Oh. So what kind of, do you have any panels? Do you have any contests, cosplay contests? Do you have any other events besides just going in there looking out to buy stuff?
Oh, yeah. So for this show, I'm going to have the main ballroom. You're looking at about, 10,000 square feet. It's 120 tables of artists and comic book dealers and pretty much everything comic book related. Then I'm going to have another ballroom, which is going to be 7,000 square feet. It's going to be more cosplay geared, where we're going to have a cosplay alley where we have about 30 cosplayers set up showing off what they do. We're going to have a stage set up in there for all the cosplay contests, which we have the adult cosplay contest, we have the children's cosplay contest, as well as we're going to be running a couple other contests on the stage there and panels. I have 8 breakout rooms. We're going to be hosting a kids
Breakout
Comic-Con.
rooms?
Yeah, just extra rooms for extra stuff going on.
Oh, I thought like you were gonna have like escape room things going on
They
or
can
something.
break out of the-
Yeah,
just lock 'em in there.
Which kind of would be kind of cool. It's like choose a different escape breakout room thing. I thought maybe like because there's that escape room there's several of them on Long Island. I thought maybe someone wanted to do that with you.
Well, that's amazing that you bring that up because in one of the breakout rooms, I will have an escape room.
Hey!
Yes!
Almost as if it
I called it. I called it. That's awesome, actually.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool. I like to add interactive things to the show to let people have fun besides just like diving through long boxes.
Which can be entertaining, but it only can take up so much of your time.
I mean, I can spend all day doing it, but my ride wants to go do other things.
Right. Are you telling me that the ladies and significant others that are accompanying the fanboys and girls that want to like just go through long boxes aren't interested watching that significant other just scrolling through comics with their fingertips?
I mean, it takes a special someone.
It does. If anyone out there who's a fan of comics that loves to go through long boxes has found someone that not just like puts up with that, but actually loves that you do that, marry that person. Just marry that person now.
It's like,
you're not going to find better.
When you do the dating thing, I like to take long walks on the beach. I like to go through long boxes of comics, so.
Yeah, I like to put on a little Pantera and just go through long boxes of comics on a Saturday night.
So
nothing says romance like that.
And that's one of the things that I've kind of grown the show off of is that theory that I want to be able to spend 4 hours going through a long box while whoever I'm with is also having fun. So I try and add things like the escape room. We have art classes. There's all kinds of different panels going on throughout the day. There's the cosplay and the cosplay panels. After the show, too, we're doing, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Pop Draw.
I have
No,
idea
but tell
what
us
it
more
is.
about that, please.
Yes, please explain it.
So Pop Draw, they've done a couple of shows on the island. I think they did up in Huntington. They did an event, and they did an event at Blick over in Carl Place. And what it is you can go in and draw. Cosplayers will stand there in front of you and model as you draw them or sketch them.
Oh, wow.
So it's that's going to be after the show, and that's from 6:30 to 9:30 for anybody who wants to stick around afterwards. We'll have a bunch of cosplayers. So as opposed to you just, I'm going to draw a Batman, now you'll have a live Batman standing 4 feet in front of you that you can sketch.
And all this is included in the $5. There's not an additional charge or anything.
For that, the Pop Draw event, it's a separate event.
Okay.
So that's $15 to do.
Still not bad.
Which normally I believe they charge $20 when they normally do an event, so they discount it down to $15 for the day.
That was nice enough. That's actually kind of cool.
But yeah,
It's
so I thought that was pretty cool. And a lot of the artists that are doing the show will probably stick around to draw, and all the cosplayers from the day will probably stick around to model.
So it's like a second event, and so basically for both things you're paying $20, and you're getting a show, you're getting an interactive event afterwards. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I thought that would be fun for people.
So we are at
if they can make it out of the escape room in time.
leave them locked in there. See, that's a whole other convention.
Have you ever tried an escape room, Mark?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Social media time. So where can people find out more about your stuff? Where can people, I mean, it is coming up, when this airs, it'll be this week, so on November 3rd. So how can people find out more about your stuff?
Well, you can go to my website at www.licomicbookexpo.com. You can also find us on Facebook, which is, I think, just facebook.com/LI Comic Book Expo.
If by chance,
Or,
if you typed in $5 guy comic book convention, would that also pop up?
You know what? I guarantee you it will next time I talk to you.
That's what I'm
Write that
talking
down.
about.
SEO, $5.
That's a good idea. All right. Hey.
I'm right on top of that, Rose.
Hey,
that's good. Nothing wrong with
Sometimes,
that.
you know, it's the little things that make it better. I see. I've been to at least 3 of your shows, maybe even more. Charlie, you've been to?
Yeah, we've been there.
Yeah, and Dominic has also been to.
Oh, yeah.
And they're really
Love the
great.
show.
They're
Great
really
show.
great.
They're
for,
amazing. I was
for
gonna-
$5, it's an amazing thing. So let's say it was a $30 convention, it'd be all right. But for $5,
$5,
holy
man.
crap, man! This is a good deal. Family friendly. Kids are free. Free parking. What more can you ask for? What more could you want out of this convention? What do you want more?
And you have a variety of vendors where you're never bored from one table to another.
Yeah, they
it
had
was
like
an
a-
amazing convention.
They had the video game area. I remember one time. So there's a lot of different things, and it's really, it's an amazing little corner of the world you've actually managed to get for yourself. You know, because there's no competition for you in particular because you are so giving such a great value on the convention. So I wouldn't even say like, you know, if let's say if New York Comic Con was on the same day, it's not even a competition. You know, you have your convention, you have the great value, and it's such a great thing to do. So I want to congratulate you and commend you for doing such a little a thing for everybody out in Long Island. Are you planning to take this beyond Long Island?
I mean, there's so much competition out there in every state already. And there's only so many places you can go. As of right now, there's no big ideas to go outside of Long Island. I hear Hawaii's nice, though, but I don't know if they have a convention.
Well, they just had the LA Comic Con. Yeah, you should try like to do the Hawaii Comic Con.
Yeah.
You guys would come, right?
Oh, fly me out though. I'm a VIP.
Yes. If
one thing, Mark, though, you
Hey, if
just
that
mentioned about being like as far as families go.
Yes.
I do want to just reiterate too that kids are also free, and that's the one thing I really try and do is I want to be the most kid-friendly, family-friendly show. We will have balloon twist people artists. I'm not really sure what you call them. Well, face painters. There's going to be an entire room, another 1,200 square feet dedicated just to kids. It's going to be like a little mini convention just for kids.
But make sure the parents go with them, not just leave your kid there and off you go, right? It's not one of those things.
Well, yeah, no, I don't want to necessarily.
It's not a daycare.
No. But I am also lining up things for the adults, too, if they can get them in a way. Like, I'm looking at right now having masseuses there.
Ooh.
So it's like,
smart.
You know, or for that person that's waiting for somebody to finish their long box diving, you know, they can go get a 10-minute massage.
Ooh.
That's one thing I definitely missed at New York Comic Con this year. And I asked around and like, you guys got the massage therapist again? Because they weren't there last year. Like, no, we really had to really pare down and blah, blah, blah. And they gave me a lot of reasons why. I'm like, yeah,
That's
but
not what I want.
I really wanted a massage.
One year they gave out free air. They had an oxygen bar at New York
Did they?
Comic Con. Yeah, for the press area it was an oxygen
Well,
bar.
considering the air that you're breathing at the Javits Center, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So we are almost out of time. So it's time for our final thoughts. So Charlie, since you're sitting to the right of me, do you have a final thought?
Yeah, I have a big final thought. Go to this convention. It's an amazing convention. We always have a blast at it, and you can't beat the price.
Zambo, you have a final thought?
Yes, actually, I do. And then I had it and I lost it. Dang it.
You want me to come back to you?
Oh, yeah, come back to me.
Sean, do you have a final thought? Are you still there, Sean? Are you alive?
Remember now.
I'm alive.
Does this sound like something you want to go to? Talking to the mic.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. It sounds like,
There you
like
go.
the guy said, it's family friendly. I would definitely go to it.
And as a college student, $5 ain't so bad, is it?
Not bad at all.
There you go.
That or you eat that night, so why not?
Dominic, final thought?
All right, I got it.
Yes, go and see Pronto Comics at the Long Island Comic Expo.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Zambo,
We'll be
final
there.
thought?
All right, my final thought is go on, honey. Go play in the escape room. I'm going to go look for a copy of Death of Superman.
Yeah.
Why would found it? Come back.
Yeah.
Greg.
There's 4 million of them. Why look for that?
Greg, do you have a final thought for us?
Just I hope to see everybody at the show. There's gonna be a little bit of something for everybody. One thing we didn't touch on too, even though it's only a $5 show, we do have some big names too. Mark Teixeira will be at the show.
Oh, Tex.
Yeah.
Grab all your Ghost Rider comics and your Glow in the Dark and come and get that signed. It's like to have a good time and hope everybody else does as well and enjoys the show. And we'll see everybody there.
Yeah, so my final thought is this. Thank you for calling in, and I really appreciate you giving us tickets to give away on a show for our live show, for those of you who are going to go on Facebook Live and listening to us right now. So that about does it for this week on It Came From the Radio.
Does it really?
You can join us right here every week on this radio station. If you miss any part of the show, go to our website, www.itcamefromtheradio.com. Listen to the archives, which will be up in a week or so. We have a Facebook page, we have a YouTube page, we have a Instagram and all that fun stuff. Or you can listen to us on places such as Overcast, Pocket Cast, iHeart, Google Play, iTunes, Breaker or Breaker, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Spotify, Podbean, Player FM, Soundcast, Acast, Castbox, TuneIn, Stitcher, Podmus, Luminary, Blueberry, Mixcloud, Apple Podcasts, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Castro, Pandora, and you can also ask Alexa to listen to It Came From the Radio.
Wait, we can?
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to do that.
We're on that.
I'm doing that when I get home.
Yeah, so we will see
That's really
you
cool.
next week.
You've been listening to It Came From the Radio with Mark Torres.
What'd I do?
The views of the show's hosts
You didn't
and
give me his
guests
line.
did not necessarily
Yeah, you cut me
reflect
off.
that of the management.
All right. Well,
owners,
Greg,
or
thank you for
staff of
calling
the
in. I'll
station.
see you maybe tonight.
We now return you to your earthly
Yeah, I'm
scheduled
either going to try and get
broadcast.
those tickets to Christy or I'll stop by and meet up with you at some point while I'm on my travels.
Okay. And I'm working on the pizza guy, so I'm still working on that, so I haven't forgotten about you.
All right, cool.
All right.
Greg, so I've reached out to the name you gave me. I'm waiting to hear back.
Okay.
But now that this cosplay thing is gonna go to like 9:30, do we still even want to try and do an after party? Because originally you told me it was gonna end at 8.
Yeah, I didn't realize until the guy posted the ad for it the other day on Instagram when he put down that it was 6:30 to 9:30.
Okay.
Because we don't really know how long it's going to go. So we don't know how long people are going to want to draw for after being at a convention all day.
Right.
But the problem is just being on Sunday.
Right.
Is that I don't know how. I mean, a lot of people I think would still go.
Okay.
But
Well,
9:30 is kind of. I don't know.
All right, I'll see what he comes back with, and we'll proceed and see what we can put together.
Or I mean, we don't have to wait till after it's over. Like if the thing goes 6:30 to 9:30, maybe we start the after party at 8:30 or 9 anyway, and assume that other people that aren't at this art thing might still go.
Okay. I'll call you. I'll call you
Super
like
behind
later
the
about it because I don't want to keep eating up the studio's time.
No worry. I'll talk to you guys later.
All
All right, Greg.
Thanks.
Take it easy. So that was another behind-the-scenes show of our little radio show. This is a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, as you can find out. So make sure you listen to us on next week on October 23rd. We'll be here at 2 o'clock-ish, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget, tonight at 6:30 at the Source Mall, we'll be giving away free tickets, and we'll have a custom Chrissy cakes to have a free cake pop.
Say that 5 times fast.
Nope,
Go.
nope, not gonna happen.
Not
So-
gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
We'll
Wouldn't be
see-
prudent.
Not gonna do it.
Not gonna do it.
Not
Wouldn't be
gonna do
prudent.
it.
We will
Not gonna
see
do
you next time.
Take it easy, everybody.